Hello, thank you for joining me for today's beginner yoga class. I am so excited to lead you guys through this class today. Because this is a beginner's class, we are going to spend a little more time breaking down poses, connecting our breath to movement, and learning about the fundamentals of yoga. We are meeting once again in beautiful Nicaragua. This is one of my last weeks in Nicaragua, so this will be one of the last classes done here. So I am super honored and excited to share this with you guys. Before we get started, I would like to say something about beginners yoga classes. Some of my most favorite and admired and looked up to teachers still take beginners yoga classes a few times a month. I myself still attend beginners yoga classes a few times a month. So I don't want you to feel because it's a beginner's class that you are getting anything less than a more advanced class. Often you get a little bit more because you get to spend time breaking down poses, learning things that you've never learned before, and really coming back to the basics and fundamentals of yoga. So whether you are a brand new beginner or you're an advanced yogi looking to hone your skills with another beginner's class, thank you so much for being here and for joining me. We're going to start today in a comfortable seated position on your mat. You are welcome to sit on pillows, on a block, on a bolster. If you would like to elevate your hips, we won't be here for too long, but feel free to get comfortable. Your legs crossed in front of you. They can either be crisscrossed or one leg in front of the other. That is my preferred method, whatever's most comfortable for you. Long spine, straight spine. Once you are here, you are welcome to have your hands down on your knees if you need a little more grounding today, or palms facing up, open to whatever the universe has in store for you. Once you are here and ready, closing your eyes, begin to become aware of your breathing. Don't try to alter it or change it in any way. Simply become aware of your breath. Notice the temperature of your breath as you inhale, and notice the temperature of your breath as you exhale. Placing your left hand on your belly button, on your next inhale, begin to deepen that inhale, traveling the air all the way down your body, through your chest, through your rib cage, all the way down into the deepest part of your belly, allowing the air to expand your belly like a balloon. Once your balloon is filled, as you exhale out your nose, begin to deflate that balloon, emptying all the air that's in the deepest part of your belly, is traveling all the way up, emptying all the air out of your body. Inhale once more through the nose, all the way down into your belly, expanding the balloon, filling your belly as the balloon, feeling it push against your hand as it expands. Exhaling out your nose once more as you deflate that balloon, feeling your belly contracting as it empties. Maintaining that straight spine as you practice this breath. Once more, full inhale, deep inhale, all the way through the nose, through the chest, through the rib cage, down into the belly, filling that balloon, expanding your abdominal against your hand. And exhaling out the nose as you empty the balloon, empty out the chest, empty your breath. Releasing your hand, allow your breath to return to normal once again. Noticing how that exercise made you feel. Whether it was a challenge or it was refreshing. Practicing pranayama or breathing, moving life force and energy through the body, is a practice. Just like yoga, just like meditation. It's one that you continue to work on, continue to get better at, continue to explore. Opening your eyes here, I'm going to turn sideways so you guys can see me for this breath. Bringing your left hand once more in front of your face this time. Inhale through your nose. And as you exhale, exhale out your mouth, pretending that your hand is a mirror and you're fogging up the mirror. Fogging up a pair of glasses to clean, fogging up a mirror. Inhaling through the nose. Exhale out the mouth, fog up the mirror. Yes, one more, just like that. Beautiful. This time I'd like you to close your mouth and both inhale and exhale out your nose. So that same audible exhale, fogging the mirror, coming from your nose this time. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling audibly, fogging the mirror through the nose. Once more, inhale through the nose. Audible exhale, fog the mirror. Inhale the nose. Fog the mirror. This is your Ujjayi breath. In through the nose. Audible exhale out the nose as you fog a mirror. This Ujjayi breath is one that we're going to use in today's practice. I'd like you to practice connecting that Ujjayi breath to every single movement. Anytime that you notice you start to steer away from your breath or the breath falls, moves from the forefront of your mind, bring it back to the forefront. Focus on that Ujjayi breath. In through the nose. Audible exhale out the nose. Just like that. That's what we're going to use today. Beautiful. Beginning our warm-up as we roll over the knees, coming into a tabletop position. Taking a moment in our tabletop position to set up. Placing 2 fist distance width between the knees, feet flat on the ground, knees directly under hips, a 90-degree angle back here. And stacking shoulders, elbows, and wrists. All 3 underneath each other, hands slightly wider than shoulder width distance. Fingertips gripping the ground, pointing forwards on the mat. Beginning to take a few cat-cows here. Inhaling as you draw your belly button down to the ground, draw your tailbone up to the sky, bringing your neck up to the sky. Deep inhale here. Exhaling as we curl everything in, bringing the belly button up through the back, up to the sky, puffing up your shoulders. Inhale, belly button to the earth, tailbone to the sky. Exhale, curl everything in, bringing that belly button through the back, up to the sky once more. Inhaling, belly button to the earth, tailbone to the sky, gazing up to the sky. Exhale, curling everything in. Cat-cow is one of my favorite ways to start any practice. Really beginning to put movement in your spine. Inhale. Movement through your spine, warming up the energy in the body, the blood in the body. And exhale as we curl for the final time. Meeting back in a neutral position. Taking a moment to shift your left leg a little more towards the center. As we place our weight on the left leg and both hands, keeping the weight centered, bringing the right foot out behind us. Right leg extending all the way behind us, toes pointed down to the earth. Feel free to turn around, take a look at your leg, make sure it's extended, toes pointed down. Inhaling here. And exhaling as you curl your knee into your nose, puffing up your back once more. Inhale, leg out behind you, toes pointed down. Exhale, curling, knee into nose. Paying attention, inhaling as you extend, to the way your weight is positioned here. Exhale, curl in. Ensuring you're not shifting your weight over to the left, but have your weight centered in the middle. Meeting back with an extended leg. Releasing our leg down to the mat. Shifting the right leg now a little more into the center. Bringing left leg out behind you. Once again, keeping your weight centered, not falling over to the right side. Nice and strong. Toes pointed down. Feel free to turn around and take a look at your toes. Inhaling here. Exhale, curling knee into nose. Inhale, extend, toes pointed down. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend. Inhale, knee to nose. Extending once more, taking a full breath here. And releasing down to the center. Shifting your knees back to their original position, 2 fist distance width apart. Tucking your toes. Begin to slowly lift your knees up off the mat, straightening your legs and bringing your hips to the sky. You may need to take a step back here if you're too far in. Setting up for your downward dog, first downward dog of the practice. Taking a moment to check your alignment here. Ensuring your feet have 2 fist distance width between them. Heels can be up, heels can be down, whatever's most comfortable for you. We're not really worried about the heel placement here. Hands gripping the mat once more, fingertips pointed towards the front of the mat. Arms have shoulders and arms externally rotated so you have space between them to pull the front of your body back towards your calves. Keeping those hips raised up to the sky. Allowing your shoulders and your arms to support you. Keeping the weight in your fingers, in your palm. Breathing here. Remembering your Ujjayi breath. Remembering why you're here today. Taking a moment to set your intention for today's practice. Remembering to be patient and compassionate with yourself through every pose we move through today. Inhaling, bring right leg up to the sky, 3-legged downward dog. And exhale as you bring that right foot in. You can slowly walk it up. You can bring it up with your hand if you'd like, whatever's easiest. Bringing it between your hands and lowering back knee. Ensuring you have 2 90-degree angles here on the front leg and on the back leg. Rising up. Inhaling, hands to the sky. Exhaling, hands to heart center. Inhaling, twist to the right, bringing left elbow to right knee for a side twist. Using your breath here, every time you inhale, extending through the spine, straightening, lengthening your spine, and extending all the way out through the crown of your head as if someone has a string and they're pulling you from the crown of your head. Every time you exhale, deepening your twist. Opening up your chest, opening up your shoulders, opening up your side body. Breathing here. Maintaining integrity and strength in this pose. Inhaling back to center. Exhale, hands to the sky once more. Inhale as you lower the hands behind you, clasping your hands together behind your back. Option to stay right here. Option to pull your hands down, squeezing your shoulder blades together, opening up your chest as you open up your heart. Allowing your head to tilt up, gazing up at the sky, maintaining strength in your neck still, as if you had a grapefruit between your chin and your chest. Breathing here. Inhaling as you slowly release your hands from back behind you. If at any point in time you feel off balance with the lunges, feel free to widen your stance. You can bring the front leg out a little wider. You can bring the back leg out a little wider. Widening your stance will allow you to have a little more stability. So feel free to take that option if that's what works best for you. Inhaling both hands down to the mat, framing the front foot. Untucking back toes. Lifting back leg up off the mat, stepping front foot to meet the back, and bringing hips up to the sky for a downward dog once more. Full breath here. If you're ever unsure about the correct placement of your downward dog feet and hands, the best way to get into downward dog is from plank. So if you come into a plank pose and then shift your hips up to the sky without ever moving your hands or moving your feet, that is the perfect placement for your downward dog. If downward dog is a bit of a challenge for you, you can always shorten your stance. Bring your feet in a little more, or bring your hands in a little more. Shorten your stance as you build up strength. Inhaling, left leg to the sky, three-legged downward dog. Exhale as you bring left foot in between your hands. Once again, feeling free to walk it, guide it with your hand, and lowering back knee. Inhale up to center, checking for your 90 degrees. Once again, feel free to widen your stance if you're slightly off balance here. Inhale, hands to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, twisting to the left this time, hooking right elbow to left knee, coming into your side twist once more. Using your breath, every time you inhale, lengthening through the spine, lengthening through the crown of your head. Every time you exhale, deepening your twist, opening your chest, opening your shoulders, using your core to twist. On your next inhale, coming back to center. Full breath here. Inhale, hands to the sky. Exhale, circling your hands around, clasping them behind your back once more. Feel free to stay right here. Option to keep your hands clasped. Option to draw your hands down your back, squeeze your shoulder blades together, open up your chest, tilting your head to the sky, maintaining strength in your neck, keeping that grapefruit under your chin and chest. Breathing here, opening your heart to the universe. Inhaling as you slowly, with control, release your hands from your back, bringing them down to the mat. Untucking back toes, bringing knee up off the mat, planting hands down, stepping front foot to meet the back, coming into a downward dog once more. Checking your position here. The position of your toes, the position of your feet, position of your hands, gripping the mat, fingertips pointed towards the front of the mat. Maintaining integrity and strength with each pose. Inhale, rising up on your toes, bending your knees, gazing between your hands, and slowly begin to walk all the way to the front of your mat, meeting in a forward fold. Feel free to put as much bend in your knees as needed in this forward fold. If your legs are straight, be sure to keep a micro bend in your knees so they aren't locked in place. Feet 2 fist distance width apart once again. Heels directly behind the second or third toe. Oftentimes we find our heels come out to the side or come to the inside. Bringing the heels to the second or third toe. Allowing your body to dangle here. Hands down on the mat. Shaking your head no, nodding your head yes, putting some movement into your neck. Yes, no, swing back and forth if that feels good for you, making this forward fold your own. Slowly begin to bend your knees as you tuck your chin and roll all the way up as you inhale, rolling all the way up to standing, neck being the very last thing to come up. Beautiful. Hands down by your side, palms facing out here. Closing your eyes for a moment. Coming back to your Ujjayi breath. Coming back to your intention. Coming back to the patience and compassion that you have today for yourself. When you're ready, opening your eyes once more. Walking your feet to the outer edges of the mat, feet at a 45-degree angle. I'm going to turn this way so you can see me a little better. But it does help to be long ways on the mat so you can see how much distance to have between your legs. Feet at a 45-degree angle. Inhaling as you slowly lower down, coming in to a malasana, yogi squat. If in this position, your heels don't touch the mat. Some of us don't. Some of us never will. It's just the way some bodies are made. Feel free to put a blanket or a block, anything underneath your feet, underneath your heels to help support them. Nothing wrong with heels up in this pose. Just put something underneath for a little bit of support. If you find yourself coming forward in this pose, straightening your back and leaning your weight behind you. Now, option to stay right here in your yogi squat with your elbows gently pressed to the inside of your thighs. Feel free to put a little more pressure onto your thighs, opening up here. Option to stay right here, taking this as a little bit of a resting pose. Option to also bring your thighs away from your calves as a little more of a strength building pose. Whatever you need today, whatever is in your practice, feel free to take that option. If you want to move in and out between the two, that's beautiful too. Feel free to play around with them. Find what works best for you in this moment. Maintaining your Ujjayi breath. Inhaling as you slowly release your hands down to the mat in front of you, one behind you, and lower down to the mat. I'll come back this way, bringing legs straight out in front of you, zipping legs up together like a mermaid tail, feet flexed, toes pointed towards the sky. Inhaling, arms up to the sky. Exhaling, forward fold, allowing your arms to fall where they may. If they fall on the mat, that's beautiful. If they fall on the thighs, on the calves, on the feet, wherever your arms fall, is perfect. Once again, allowing your breath to guide you in this pose. For every inhale, lengthening through the spine, lengthening through the crown of the head. And for every exhale, deepening your fold. Folding from your hips forward. Paying special attention to not curve your spine at the top of your spine. Simply folding from the hips. Using that inhale to lengthen. Using the exhale to fold. Feel free to bring your head closer to your calves if that works for you. Deepening into your fold in whatever way is best for your body. Breathing here. Inhaling as you release your arms back up to center, all the way up to the sky, placing a bend in your right leg, crossing right foot over the left leg, bringing your right foot right to the outer edge of your left knee. Exhaling as you lower your right hand down behind you as a second spine, bringing left elbow to right knee. Once again for another side twist. Breathing here, lengthening through the spine, lengthening through the crown of the head, deepening that twist, opening the shoulders, opening your chest. Inhale back to center, changing the cross of your legs, left foot down on the mat, right outside the right knee now. Left arm comes up as you inhale. Back down behind you as you exhale as the second spine. Right elbow to left knee. Opening your hand. Twisting to the left. We don't do many twists or lateral movements throughout our normal day-to-day. So it's really nice to put them into our practice. Allowing our spine to move in all directions, ensuring our spine stays healthy in all directions. Keeping the right foot flexed, toes pointed towards the sky, continuing to lengthen as you inhale, and deepen your twist as you exhale. Inhaling as you release back to center, uncrossing the legs, bringing the soles of the feet together, and bringing them into the body as close as is comfortable for you, whether they're out, whether they're all the way in, coming into a butterfly pose. If this is uncomfortable for your knees, feel free to place blocks or blankets underneath your knees for a little bit of support, so you don't have to hold them up. They can be supported there. Inhaling once more, hands to the sky. Exhaling, folding forward over your butterfly, grasping your feet or grasping your calves, folding forward. Keeping that straight spine as you do so. Lots of spine work today, lots of spine work in yoga. Our spine is a very important part of our body. We want to make sure it stays healthy. Keeps us going for a very long time. Breathing here. Returning to your Ujjayi breath. If it got lost somewhere. Inhaling back to center, bringing your knees together, feet down to the mat once more, soles of the feet, and begin to lower yourself all the way down to the mat. Beautiful. You've made it down to the mat. All right, taking a moment here, setting up for reverse tabletop. I'm sorry, we're going to set up for bridge pose here, not reverse tabletop. Bringing your feet, soles to the mat once more. Feet scooting in towards the body to where you can gently touch them with your fingertips. Palms down on the mat. Keeping knees together, thighs together. They can have a slight space between them, but ensuring they don't open up to the side like they sometimes tend to do. If that is challenging for you, feel free to put a block or a book in between your knees to hold them. Inhaling as you lift your hips up to the sky. Beautiful. Breathing here. Maintaining space in between your chin and your chest for breath. Opening up your neck. Option to stay right here. Option to body. And begin to walk your shoulders underneath. Keeping the clasp of your hands down on the mat, shoulders underneath. Space between the neck, between the chin and chest, space in the neck for breath. Opening your heart here. Maintaining that ujjayi breath. Whichever version you're in, slowly releasing your hands and walking your shoulders out from underneath you, coming back down to the mat. Beautiful. Taking a moment here to tick-tock your knees back and forth. Bridge pose is a wonderful way to build up strength for wheel pose, which is a traditional back bend. So whether you use bridge to build up to wheel, or you use bridge just for its own heart-opening qualities, it's a beautiful pose to become familiar with. Finding stillness as we straighten both legs out in front. Once again, zipping them together like a mermaid tail. Flexing your feet, toes pointed towards the sky. Bringing your hands into a diamond shape. And bringing them underneath your body. Right on your sacrum, right under your lower back. Inhaling here as you rise up to look at your toes. Walking your forearms in behind you to support you. Exhaling as you lower your head, crown of your head, back down towards the mat. Keeping space between your back and the mat. Opening your heart. Coming into fish pose. Fish pose can seem slightly complicated at first, but once you get the hang of it, it is wonderful. Breathing here. Fish pose is said to cure all diseases. If you're not quite as far up on the mat and you're slightly down a little more, head slightly out, you're welcome to stay right there. You're also welcome to bend your head more, bringing the crown of your head to the mat to help create that space between your back and your mat and opening up your heart. Another full breath here. When you're ready, tucking your chin into your chest and slowly lowering back to the mat, bringing your arms out from underneath you. Inhaling as you bend both knees, bringing both knees into the chest and out to either side of the body, almost as if you're bringing the knees down to the mat. Hands come between your legs. Option to stay right here, stretching the inside of your legs. Option to take happy baby. Leaning forward as you grasp the outer edges of each feet and opening your legs out to the side. Keeping knees bent, knees coming down towards the earth. Remembering to breathe here. If you've chosen to take a happy baby, rocking back and forth slightly. Having fun with this pose. Enjoying that patience and compassion that you've been showing yourself as you've moved through this practice. Stretching out the spine here, stretching out the legs. Feel free to smile a little bit, even if you feel silly. Have fun with this. Finding stillness. Bringing the soles of the feet together, lowering down to the mat for another butterfly position. This time, a supine butterfly. Feet together, hands come into a diamond shape once more. Arms straight out, stretching all the way out above your head, away from the body, keeping that diamond shape. Breathing here, melting into your butterfly, melting into the earth. Inhaling, bringing your knees together once more. Soles of the feet down to the mat, releasing your hands, circling them around down to the mat beside you. Bringing right ankle to left knee. Crossing your feet almost in the number 4. Full breath right here. Inhaling as you lower the right foot down to the mat, down towards the left. Bringing the right foot all the way down to the mat. Opening right arm, gazing at right fingertips. Melting into the stretch once more, enjoying being down on the mat. Paying attention to how your body feels. Inhaling back to center. Bringing your arm back beside you, your right arm. Uncrossing your legs and bringing left ankle to right knee. Opening up into the figure 4 once more. Lowering left foot down to the mat, down to the ground. Left arm stretching out to the left, gazing to the left fingertips. Still maintaining your Ujjayi breath here. Inhaling back to center, releasing both feet down to the mat, arms down to the side. Releasing your feet out in front of you. Feet come to the outer edges of the mat, allowing them to fall away from you. Arms come out to the side, palms facing up. Coming in to your final Shavasana, corpse pose. Closing your eyes here. Allowing your breathing to return to its natural state. Shavasana is one of the most important poses in our practice. It allows your body to reground, to recenter after all that movement. Allows your body to be held up by the earth. Fully relaxing here, all the way from your toes, your fingertips, your face, your tongue, allowing full body relaxation. As your breath maintains its natural state. Remembering that patience and compassion that you showed for yourself during your practice today. Circling back to your intention and showing gratitude for yourself, for showing up, for your body, for moving you, and for the rest of the day, for what's ahead of you. Feel free to stay in Shavasana for as long as you'd like, as long as you're able. I hope when you move through the rest of your day that you continue experiencing and extending that patience and compassion. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Namaste.